guys, Mark McKillier with Live Anabolic, and today I have something a little different for you. Today I'm going to recreate right here at home exactly the same workout I just did at the gym. And that way I can prove to you how incredible a home workout can be without the need for expensive equipment or going to a gym, all right? Stick around, you're going to really like this. All right, so why do I have this picture up there with me flexing and a hot-looking blonde? Well, I did arms today, and I'm constantly changing up my weekly workout routines, okay? I just kind of make these things up every, couple of months, and I change them. And so my current schedule has me working biceps and triceps in the same day, and that's all I did today, was just arms. And so when I walk into the gym, I only know that I'm doing arms today. I don't know exactly what exercises I'm going to do, or in what order, or how many sets, or how many reps, okay? So I make it up as I go. Now I have some basic principles, and that's what I want to talk about today. And then I'm going to show you the basic exercises I did at the gym and how I did them, okay? So first of all, guys, on arm day, I really like doing this. I like to do a set of biceps, and then a set of triceps, and then back to biceps, and triceps. And the reason I like to do that, guys, is not just because it gives you an ungodly pump. Your arms are just giant, okay? Because all the muscles in your arm are getting worked and pumped, not just one, not just the triceps, not just the biceps, but mainly because you need to rest in between sets, right? You need to allow time for the blood to pump through those muscles that you just worked and created a lot of lactic acid and flush that acid out of those muscle fibers and bring in new nutrients and oxygen so that on your next set, you can push it real hard, okay? So after doing a set of biceps, I go and do triceps, and I'll rest it a little bit in between sets, but while I'm doing And once again, guys, this is a weight that is really simple and light for me. Matter of fact, this is less than half the weight I'm gonna work my way up to, okay? So I'm only knocking out about 8 of these things, guys. You don't have to kill yourself, all right? Then I would get back up, all right, off the bench, give myself about 30 seconds rest, and then do another really light set of barbell curls. I mean light, all right, and only knock out about 8 reps or so. So I would do that, then I put that weight down, that barbell down, I pick up a slightly heavier, okay, barbell, and I just do 8 reps of curls, 8 reps of skull crushers, all right? Take your time, okay? I'm kind of, I'm warming up. I'm literally doing this in between sets, okay? I'm warming up my shoulders, all right? And while I'm resting, I like to do something at the gym. So, you'll find me stretching my quads out, even though I'm not doing legs, all right? I'll be doing quad stretches while I'm just kind of catching my breath and letting the blood pump through my arms and flushing all that out, okay? So guys, I literally did 4 warm-up sets of lightweight, of curls and skull crushers before I started using my working weight, okay? The weight I was gonna use for my hard sets, okay? So, let me show you real quick. Now, the nice thing about doing this is, guys, you should be about as strong doing curls as you are doing skull crushers, okay? Now, there's gonna be a difference from some people, okay? It just depends on your physical makeup, but it ought to be pretty close, all right? So, when I finally got warmed up at the gym, okay, and let me tell you, it probably took me about 7 or 8 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, okay, of warming up. But then I would knock out a set of 8 to 10 reps, barbell curls. All right, now this is lighter even than I was using at the gym. But guys, I literally just got back a couple hours ago and my arms are shot, and they're gonna be shot and weaker than normal for the next 2 days while they recover. All right, so that was basically barbell curls, and that was an easy bar, okay, an easy curl bar, we like to say, because the bar is not straight across, it's got a bend in it, and it makes it real comfortable to grip, okay, as far as, where you position your hands. All right, so I'm out of breath talking to you guys, but, I'll kind of shake it out a little bit, stretch my hamstrings, at the gym, kill a little time, in between sets, and there's a clock on the wall, I got a watch. And I would give myself maybe 60 seconds, okay? All right, now it's time to do some skull crushers, guys. So my biceps are getting a break right now. All right? So why not get something accomplished and really hit those triceps, all right? So it's the same weight, okay? 1, 2, 3. 4, 8, 11. And guys, if you're using the same weight and it seems easier on triceps or easier on biceps, then go on and push yourself and knock out a couple extra reps, okay? So don't stop at the exact same number for bicep curls and skull crushers, triceps, okay? Make the difficulty, the intensity of the set about the same for both your biceps and your triceps. So remember guys, everybody's gonna be slightly different physiology. Some of you guys are gonna be real strong on the triceps and weak in the biceps. Some of you guys are gonna be the reverse. So if the curls seem easier to do for 10 reps than the skull crushers for 10 reps, do 12, okay? So push yourself so that the discomfort, the pain, the amount of stress you're putting on those muscle fibers is equivalent for both sides of your arm, the front and the rear. All right, so those are the 2 exercises I started off with, and I did 4 working sets of both exercises. So I did 4 working sets of the barbell curls. And when I say working set, I mean that's the highest weight I'm gonna go to, and that's where I'm really hitting it. I'm going to failure or near failure on every set. Same thing, 4 working sets of the barbell skull crushers. Same idea, same intensity, okay? Boom. I leave that area of the gym and I'm kind of wandering around because I still want to do more arms. And I like to mix it up. There's no coach telling me exactly what exercise to do next. So I like to do different exercises to hit your arms, your muscle fibers at different angles. And the next one I found that I decided I wanted to do was preacher curls. And this is on a machine, okay? So there's a pad, okay, that comes up to about right here. And you put your elbows on it and you grab a handle here, okay? And then the handle is attached to a lever and you can put weights on the lever, okay? So I can't perfectly recreate that, but when you're doing preacher curls, your elbows are way out here in front of your body. When I'm standing up doing curls, my elbows are right here by my side. So you see how things change, the angles are changing, you're stretching your arm in a different position, all right? So to recreate this at home, and this is almost identical, the only difference really is gonna be that I'm only gonna do one arm at a time, and that is concentration curls. So I'm going to anchor my elbow on my thigh with my hand, and I'm going to do one arm dumbbell curls. But look at the position of my elbow relative to my back here. I'm going to turn to the side here. All right, that's the same as sitting on the preacher bench like this, okay? I'm just down here is all, okay? And instead of using two arms at the same time, I'm just going to do one arm at a time. All right, so effectively, this concentration curl is the same as working on the preacher bench. Now, the mentality is the same. I don't have to warm up anymore, okay? I already did 4 or 5 warm-up sets before I started those barbell curls, all right? So I'm ready to go on every new machine I hit, all right? So I'm gonna knock out about 8 on one arm, 8 to 10 on the next arm. Now guys, I'm not using nearly as much weight, okay, now as I did at the gym, just because I'm shot, okay. These muscles really got hit hard just a couple hours ago, and I didn't even do a complete warm up for you guys while I was shooting this and talking to you guys on the camera here, all right. So I don't want to really create any kind of injury or tendonitis, okay. So those concentration curls were effectively preacher bench curls, okay? Now, what do I do while I'm resting my biceps? When I was at the gym, I went over to the cable machines and I did tricep push downs, all right? So here I am at home. I'm just gonna walk over and effectively do tricep push downs, not with a cable machine, but with these bands, okay? So these bands are gonna really closely replicate what we can do at the gym with a really expensive piece of equipment, right? So, give myself a little rest, all right? But remember, I don't need a full minute. I can just take about 30 seconds when I'm going from biceps to triceps, okay? So, this is the same as doing the tricep push downs at the gym. And I picked a nice heavy weight that I could just barely do for 8 to 10 reps, guys. I mean, I was pushing it hard. All right, so remember when you're doing this, guys, pick a resistance that is hard. I mean, you push yourself, but you gotta maintain form. So if you get something that's too heavy and you start wobbling all over the place, okay, and cheating and kind of pushing down like this as opposed to keeping your elbows by your side, then you're basically only getting about half the effect, okay, out of the exercise. Remember, we're really focusing on our triceps. You start pushing it down like this, you're gonna end up using your chest muscles to help assist your triceps. So what I did at the gym, same thing I'm doing here. Bounced back and forth, gave myself a little rest, a little stretching in between, okay? And once again, I did 4 sets. So I did 4 sets of the preacher machine curls and 4 sets of the cable tricep push downs. Only difference is here in my house, I'm doing concentration curls with 1 arm dumbbells. Then I'm coming over here and I'm doing the 2 arm presses, okay? The tricep press downs with the bands. Almost no difference, guys. Okay, so now at the gym, I'm a full 8 sets into my workout. I've done 8 sets of curls and 8 sets of triceps on 2 different machines. So 4 sets and 4 sets, okay? And so I'm hitting these muscles from different angles with my elbow in different positions, all right? And that would have been a good workout, but I had, you know, I was feeling pretty good at the gym. I had a big pump going, it was looking good, and I had enough energy, all right? So that's another thing that I do on a regular basis is I just kind of feel and pay attention to my body. And if I'm not exhausted, if I'm feeling kind of energetic, if I want to push myself hard, I will. I'll just throw some more sets. I'll throw another machine or 2 in there. So that's how I was feeling today. And so I went down and sat on another machine. Now guys, this other machine doesn't really have a name, but you're sitting down, there's a backrest, okay, and there's 2 handles, all right? And they're connected to arms, they're levers, okay? And that's connected to a weight stack over here. So literally, your upper body is stationary and really kept in this rigid, still position, and this is all you can do, okay? So that's what I'm recreating for you here, guys, all right? So instead of 2 different arms or levers, I'm just got 2 dumbbells here, all right? Now, once again, I'm gonna try to really keep my elbows still, all right, and do good form. That's the neat thing about some of these machines at the gym is they force you to use really good form. And I'm sure some of you guys have seen this, whether it's at the gym or on YouTube. Guys will use too much weight at the gym and they'll start swaying, okay? And they'll use momentum. You know, they'll start doing this stuff, all right? So if you keep your shoulder blades back on the chair, okay, that will prevent you from swaying back and forth, and that'll force you to use really good form here, all right? So once again, I do a set of biceps, but I want to give them a little rest, okay? While I'm doing that, I'm gonna go kill my triceps. Now I'm gonna go back into the hallway here, go back to those bands. Okay, so the last time we were here, I was doing 2-armed overhand push downs, okay? Now I always do this at the gym, and I always do this at home too. What happens is, when we were doing the skull crushers earlier, okay, pretend like I'm laying on my back. See how my hands are? And I was doing my triceps this way. And then when I did my overhead push downs a little while ago, my band push down, see how my hands are? Same position. So I really like to work this into every tricep workout, and that is an underhand grip. So instead of pushing like this, okay, I'm gonna be pulling down or pushing down with my hand in a completely different orientation, and that places the emphasis on your triceps in a slightly different angle, okay? Now, I like to do this one-handed, okay? So this is an underhand grip, and I'm just gonna keep my elbow by my side and really focus on keeping my thumb on the top of the handle as I push down, and then squeeze that tricep at the bottom of the movement. Really try to lock my arm out and squeeze that tricep on every single rep. All right, just move over to the other side. And guys, when you move from side to side like this on a small muscle group, you don't really need to give yourself any rest, okay? Because you should not be out of breath when you're just hitting one arm at a time. So as I push down, I rotate my hand so that my thumb is on top of that handle. I do the exact same form at the gym. I'm using a handle very similar to this on the cable machine at the gym. And let me show you real quick up close what's going on here. So I'm grabbing the handle like this, and if you push down at the bottom, if you don't rotate your thumb on the top, your wrist is going to be cupped like this, and that handle is going to want to pull out of your fingers, okay? So at the top, you got your fingers on top of the handle here at the top of the movement. Now as you rotate and push the handle down, I'm going to rotate my hand so that my thumb is completely on top and pushing down. That handle can't come up and hit me now. It can't come out of my grip, okay? Real simple little trick, guys. But if you're using a lot of weight, if you've gotten really strong, you can obviously use a lot more weight. When you use more weight, if you don't rotate your thumb on top of the handle, your fingers are going to give out and that thing's going to want to fly out, okay? and your face is right up here above that. So, hadn't happened to me at the gym, but I can easily see how that might happen if you're really pushing yourself super hard, like to failure on certain sets. All right, so remember, before I got to those last 2 exercises, I'd already done 8 sets, all right? But I was feeling a little jiggy, all right? Had some energy, wanted to push a little harder. So instead of doing 4 more sets, okay, I did 2 more sets on each of those exercises. And once again, you know, I went back and forth and back and forth. So while I was doing those, you know, those one-armed underhand tricep extensions, you know, my biceps are getting a nice rest. So that when I come back and sit down in the chair or at the gym, sit back down on that machine, my biceps probably had a good minute and a half, maybe even 2 minutes of rest, okay? And that way I was really able to just push them hard. I mean, kill those suckers, all right? If I hadn't given them much rest, say only 30 to 60 seconds, I could do another set, but I wouldn't have been able to do 10 reps. I probably would have fatigued out at about 5 or 6. And then I don't feel like I'm just getting as much out of the workout, guys. All right, guys, big arms are pretty fun. They look fantastic in short sleeves, but you ain't gonna get big arms overnight. But you will if you stick with it and never give up on yourself.